Hi guys, you're welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am Frida Huese. If you're a returning subscriber, you are welcome back. So long time no tutorial, right? So today I'm here with a tutorial on a quick glam, how to glam your face up very quickly in 30 minutes, right? This should take you not more than 30 minutes. It's just a quick glam, very easy, beginner friendly, and this should not take you more than 30 minutes. It's very easy. I'm going to take you through step by step. So you know you want to start your makeup on a clean base, right? So we clean the face with wipes and micellar water, and then we are going in with moisturizer to keep the face moisturized. Okay, whether you have dry skin or oily skin, do not ever skip moisturizer. Okay, after moisturizing, we are now drying it down before we go in with our primer. You have to make sure that the moisturizer dries down very well before you go in with any other product. So now we are going in with the primer. So we are going to be blending the primer. Make sure you blend the primer very well, okay, and make sure it also dries before you go in with your foundation. So we are applying that primer all over the face before we go in with our foundation. And dry the primer as well, okay? So we are drying the primer here before we go in with the foundation. So now we are going in with foundation. This foundation is from V Beauty. V Beauty has one of the best foundations, drugstore foundations you can find on the market. So I'm going in with V Beauty in the shade Nigeria. Yes. So I'm going to be applying the foundation with a smaller brush first before I go in with a beauty blender. When using the beauty blender, make sure it is damp before you use it. Don't use your beauty blender when it is dry. You're not going to get the best result out of it. And make sure you go in a tap motion, just dab, okay? Don't swipe or drag the beauty blender on the face. Just as I'm doing it, just dab softly, and that is going to melt into the skin. So I'm going to do that all over her face. Then I'm going to use the rest of the foundation in the beauty blender on the forehead. That way you don't transfer lots of products on the forehead. Yes. Make sure you blend that foundation properly. Blend. Blending is key in makeup. If you want to achieve a smooth finish, make sure you blend properly. So we are going in with contour, and we are going to be blending that all the way to the forehead. Then we'll now contour the nose as well. we want to give the face some color. Okay, so we are going in with blush. So this blush is, I mixed pink and red to get this color. Okay, we want to achieve a very neutral shade. So at the end of the day, at the end of the makeup, you are going to see that all this is going to make sense. Right now it might look reddish, but at the end of the makeup you would see that it blends perfectly with the whole look. So make sure you blend that blush properly, not to cover the contour, but blend it into the contour so that they are not sitting separately. I hope you get it. So we are going in with concealer now. What I like to do is to use a foundation concealer, that is the same shade as the face of the model. Okay, so we are using the same shade at the outer corner. Then we are going to be using a concealer that is way lighter, about 4 shades lighter in the inner corner. If you do not want to do this, you can use a concealer that is just 2 shades lighter than the person. Then you can just spread that under her eye. But what I like to do is to use a concealer that is the same shade as the model and then blend that in. I find that this makes my work easier. Okay, we blend in. Yeah, so I just use that in the outer corner, then I use a lighter concealer in the inner corner just to bring out the look more. So make sure you blend. Okay, this my model talks a lot. Make sure you blend, keep blending. Blending is key. Like I always say, blending is key. So I'm going to blend this properly, then I'm going to set it with a loose powder, with a setting powder. Yes. When blending, make sure that you blend the concealer into the blush, okay, so that the blush is not sitting on its own and the concealer is also sitting on its own. It has to be some form of transition between them, okay, so that they all blend together properly. So after blending the under eye, I'm now going in with a setting powder to set that concealer. Okay, after using any cream product, make sure you set with a powder. I like to set the under eye first before I move on to do any other thing. So after setting that, I'm going to be applying the concealer on her chin, the bridge of her nose and her forehead as well, to give it some life, you know. So I'm going to be blending that and also applying, I'm going to apply the setting powder on the concealer as well. Like I said, make sure you apply powder to set your concealer or your foundation. So now I'm going in with a contour powder. We did cream contour earlier, right? So now we are doing the powder to set the contoured areas. Okay, we contour the cheeks first. So we are using the powder now to go over it and also the nose. When applying the contour powder on the nose, I like to take it all the way under the brow so it gives it this natural look. Yeah. So we are going to be baking, okay. We're going to be baking after this. So after contouring the nose, I'm going to be baking and I'm going to bring the powder all the way to the nose so that it snatches the nose as well to give me this pointed look. So we are going to be moving on to the brow now, but I'm not going to be doing this on camera because the brow alone can take about 10 minutes. I have a detailed eyebrow tutorial. I'm going to link that in the description box. I'm going to put a link up here so you can just tap if you want to watch a proper brow tutorial. So now the brow is done and we are moving on to the eyes, the eyeshadow. So I'm using a brown eyeshadow as my transition. I'm going to be blending that out into the inner corner as well. Then I'm applying a more neutral shade on the eyelid. I'm going to go over this with a pigment glue, eye pigment glue. Then I go in with my pigment. So that's the eye pigment glue. I'm applying that on the eyelid before I go in with my pigment. When you use the eye pigment glue, it holds the pigment. Okay, it brings it out more. Some pigments can be used without the glue, but some of them are too loose. They're just all over the place. So I like to go in with a pigment glue to put my pigments in place. As you can see, look at how beautiful this pigment is. It doesn't work properly without the glue, so I just like to use a pigment glue before I go in with the pigments. This shade is everything and more. So I'm now going to dust off the setting powder, the one I used for baking, and some of the pigments have also fallen on that. So I'm just going to dust that off and then apply face powder all over the face. So as you can see, the under eye looks a bit whitish, so I'm going to be using the face powder under the eye just to even out the tone under the eye. my camera stopped recording at a point, so I did hair waterline. Now I'm going on to line the upper part also. So I'm not lining, I'm not giving it a wing because the eyelash is a bit dramatic, so I'm just lining it a bit. Then I'm going to go on and apply her false lashes. So before that, I'm going to use a bronzer on her cheek, her forehead, the bridge of her nose, and her chin, to give it a glowy and beautiful finish. Yes. Look at that glow. Can you see that? Look at that glow. So beautiful. Look at that. So after that, I'm going to be using a finishing spray, a setting spray, to set the whole face. The setting spray helps you to helps the powder melt into the skin. All the powder you've been using, it helps it melt into the skin. So I'm going to be drying it down before I apply the false lashes. So now the lashes are done, and we are going to move on to the lip. So I'm lining her lips with a brown lip pencil. We are going for a nude lip because the eyes are a bit too dramatic already, so we're going to do a very simple nude lip. So after lining the lip, I'm going to use a nude color in the middle to give it the perfect nude. This lip is so simple. If you guys want to see a tutorial on how I got this, like a detailed tutorial, let me know. I'm going to do it for you. It's so simple, so nice, classy, and so beautiful. So I'm just going over with a gloss. This nude lip is so simple. I'm just going over with a gloss just to bring it out more and make it more beautiful. So we're going to go in with the finishing spray now, and then we are ready. Look at that. Isn't this beautiful? This is so simple, so beautiful, elegant. This is just beautiful, right? So So that is all there is to this video, guys. Please subscribe, like, share, comment, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to like my video and subscribe. Okay, until next time, bye, be safe. Mwah.